Come on. Yes, sir.
Alright. Looks like I'm on a farm right now. A lot of people asking me where I'm at. I'm in France. Alright, we're back with another video, another tutorial video. This is probably one of my most wanted video, most asked for video. Don't even threaten to slime me out, bro. Like, dude, chill. But it's here, I'm making a video. How to manual. Now, this ain't no wheelie, alright? Let me tell you this for starters. This is harder than a wheelie. However, this shows that you've got a lot of skill and balance on the bike, because a manual ain't as easy as a wheelie in my opinion, and everyone else's opinion as well. And just from doing both of them, it's less work doing a wheelie versus a manual. And there's not a lot of people that can actually do a manual, well, properly at least anyway. There's a lot of people that be cheating those manuals, and I'm gonna get on to you guys. If the shoe fits, don't take offense. Watch this video, get out and learn everything that I'm gonna teach you in this video and start doing it properly. We're not gonna be doing these janky, rubbish, ugly manuals. I don't know, I don't even call them manuals because they're just so like terrible. It's just cheating. All right, and I'm gonna show you what they look like in this video, so you guys have a good example of what's good and what's not good and what an actual manual is. Okay, let's get into it. So obviously, if you're not new around here, you guys know that I do a POV and also a third person visual on how to do a specific trick. In my opinion, I think that helps people a lot more, because then you'll see what you'd see through your eyes, and also what it's supposed to look like, you know, in the third person, so you can look back and you know, kind of grasp the concept of what you're doing properly. And if you're not new around here, you already know what's up, you know what I'm saying? So I don't need to explain anything for you guys. Disclaimer, don't know why, but when I do my tutorials, it doesn't work for the people that don't like the video. But when the people do like the video, the tutorial, when they start learning it, it just works for them. I don't know why, but obviously before we get into this, if you want to learn how to do the manual, you gotta like the video as well. I don't make the rules, it's just, I don't know. So I'm assuming if you're here to learn how to do a manual, you already know how to do a wheelie. But if you don't know how to do a wheelie completely yet, and you haven't mastered how to do a wheelie, I would suggest that you go watch my how to wheelie video, because I have a lot of tips on how to get better, get more consistent doing wheelies, not just how to wheelie. Go practice on your wheelies a lot, because there are some things that kind of carry over to manuals. For example, balance. This is a very, very, very balance-based skill. You need a lot of balance, whether you like it or not, in able to do a manual. If you've mastered how to do a wheelie, then your balance is going to be on point. You know what a balance point is, and you know how to use your hips, your legs. So all you need to know now is what is the technique on how to do a manual. If you've mastered wheelies and you know how to do wheelies, then you're pretty much good to go here. Manuals will humble you, but that's not to discourage you, because that's the whole point. We learn, and I'm here to teach you guys what we need to do to your bike. First of all, if you've got a high seat, so if your seat is higher than this, ideally you're gonna need to lower it to do a manual. It is possible to do a manual with a high seat, however, it's going to get stuck between your crotch here and your clothes, so you're not going to be able to do it properly. Your clothes are going to get caught, your trousers might get taken off, and that's pretty embarrassing. You don't want that to happen. So you don't want your seat too high. As you can see, my seat isn't that high, it's pretty low, perfect for me to be doing my wheelies and manuals and whatever I need to do. Now, the trick with the manuals, the one thing that you need to keep in your mind for the longevity, so as long as you're learning this, you want to use your brake less and less as you progress. However, I'm going to get into that once I start showing you guys how to learn how to do a manual and stuff like that. I'm going to go into the steps. I'm going to go step by step, but we're going to start off with first person. So let's do it. First of all, just like your wheelies, one finger on the brake. Obviously, I did mention that you're going to want to use your brake less and less over time, but as you start in and you don't know how to manual, it's okay to use your brake a tad bit. First step we're going to go through today is leaning back. When I mean leaning back, I don't mean leaning back. It's more kind of pulling the bike. You see how my position has kind of gone like that. Stick your bottom outwards, so away from the bike. So you want to get used to that, and you want to have your shoes planted on the pedals like so. You see how they're kind of upwards, whereas when you're in a wheelie they're just like normal like that. You want to have them like this, and that is for the balance aspect. So all you want to do for this step, pretty simple: stick your bottom out, lean back. It's probably the most simple first step I've had in any of my tutorials. Alright, cool, so you just saw the third person POV. Moving on to the second step, you're going to be doing what I just showed you. However, now you're going to want to lift up the bike a little bit. You want to get that front wheel off the floor, like so. The first step, very easy, you do that. However, this time, you're going to pull the bike. Alright, you want to get used to that motion of pulling the bike. Okay, if you need the brake to stop you because you're going too far back, tap the brake, that's cool. But that's what you need to do right now, is get used to pulling the bike back and you leaning backwards as well, like so. So this is where things start to get a little bit more complicated. We're on step number 3. Now you're going to be starting to use your legs. Okay, now as you can see in this video here that I'm showing you, you can see that I'm using my legs back and forth to keep the bike up. I'm using my body to keep the bike up, but specifically I'm using my legs. As you can see, when my legs are shifting backwards, it keeps the bike up. When I'm shifting my legs forward, it keeps the bike back level. And that's the whole skill and the concept behind manuals. You're going to be constantly shifting from that back and forward motion with your legs to keep that bike at that balance point. You just want to get used to having your bike like so, and you just want to get used to starting to use your legs like so. As you can see, when I keep my legs forward, the bike goes down. So when I bend them forward, the bike goes down. I keep them backwards, the bike goes backwards. The concept is quite simple as that. This is the part where you want to start holding the wheel for as long as you can, like so, leaning back using your legs. Now it doesn't matter if you do it for 10 seconds, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, you're gonna get better the more you do it, just like with anything else in life. Just want you to understand this concept. All right, even do it on 2 wheels if you need to understand it. But when I go backwards, the bike kind of goes forward, and then when you go forward, the bike kind of slows down and stops a bit, you know. It should come naturally to most of you guys, but you just need to grasp that concept, and that is what keeps the manual. That's what makes a legitimate manual. Once you guys master a manual, your wheelies will get so much better. So combining all of the steps, pull back and start to try use your legs. Okay, it doesn't matter if you go down quickly like how I'm doing it right now. That's the whole point. You want to grasp the concept of being able to do it. Now for your speed, you want to go at a decent speed, not too fast, but obviously not too slow either. The slower you do a manual, the harder it is. The more you're going to be ending up using your legs and keeping that balance. I notice how I haven't really mentioned the brake much. It's because you don't want to be using it that much. Okay, that is the last resort. See, as whereas a wheelie, you need your brake. The brake's your best friend. Here, your brake is not the best friend. It's your last resort. You don't want to use your brake that much. It's what keeps the bike rolling. Remember, you can't pedal to get your speed up. Your brake, what happens? The bike slows down, which is why you don't want to use your brake that much. So additionally, to help you guys, I'm going to show you, as I mentioned, how you shouldn't be doing a manual. Alright, so this has got to be my #1. I hate it. I hate when I see it when you guys do manuals. Like, the only time you should be doing this is you must be like joking with friends. But if you genuinely manual like this, oh bro. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up. I hope I can help you. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. I also do vlogs. I don't only do tutorials. I'm doing tutorials because a lot of my subscribers asked me to do so. This is not out my own initiative. I love my people, so if they need help with stuff, I help them. But yeah, pretty funny videos, crazy videos. You want to see how I wheelie, cut up in crazy traffic, like I said, subscribe, and I have other videos that you can go look on my channel and binge watch. We out.